If you're someone who uses PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo, this is a warning for you. There's a new IRS $600 rule, and millions of Americans will be impacted, but most don't know about this yet. If you use PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App, you need to understand what's going on. If you receive $600 or more of a qualifying transaction through a third-party payment processor, such as Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App, the IRS is going to ask you to report this money. You will receive a 1099-K form to report your earnings. The threshold for reporting to the IRS for these types of transactions used to be $20,000, but now it has been dropped down to $600. Now, the first question you're probably asking is, why has this change happened? Well, to give some context, politicians wanted to lower this threshold from $20,000 to $600, and the main reason is that they wanted to go after tax cheats. In my personal opinion, I don't know if this makes sense in general to do or how efficient this will be. Now, let me give you an example of a situation where this would apply. Let's say you decide to sell an old phone, such as an iPhone, for $600, and the buyer pays you through either Venmo, PayPal, or Cash App. Since your transaction was $600 or more, you will get the 1099-K form and you will have to report this to the IRS or you will have issues. Now, if you're someone who buys and sells things online frequently and you use a lot of these third-party payment apps, you might run into some issues. Another example is, let's say you decided to sell $600 worth of old shoes. Once you sell these shoes, you would receive a tax document stating that you have $600 of taxable income. Now, you may be asking, now wait a minute, I bought these shoes for, let's say, $1,200, but I sold them for $600, so I basically lost money, right? You are correct, but you're gonna need receipts to prove that you bought these shoes for over $1,200. This is important because if you get audited by the IRS auditor will ask you to provide receipts for your $1,200 worth of shoes. Let's say you cannot provide receipts for these shoes. That means that $600 sale that you made will look like pure profits to the IRS, and you will have to pay taxes on those profits. Now, you're probably saying, wow, that's crazy. How can I have receipts for things that I bought years and years ago? You can try telling that to the IRS auditor, and the only thing that will say is, unfortunately, that's just how the system works. Yeah, it's unfair and unreasonable, but unfortunately, that's just how it works. If you're someone who's already been through an audit through the IRS, you know how strict they can be. Now, another question you're probably asking is, what situations do not qualify for this $600 IRS rule? The examples I mentioned before are only applicable for buying and selling of goods and services. Sending money for gifts and presents are not qualifying transactions. And let's say a family member is sending you money to help you with bills or rent. These will not qualify. If you decide to split a bill with friends at dinner and they pay you through Venmo, this does not qualify. What you want to remember though is whenever someone is sending you money, you want to make sure that they categorize it correctly as a non-business transaction. So what can you do now? Well, this is totally my opinion, but you can strive to use either cash or some other form of payment in general. The good news is that you can try using Zelle, as Zelle does not qualify as a third-party payment processor. Here's an official statement from Zelle. Zelle does not report transactions made on the Zelle network to the IRS, including payments made for the sale of goods and services. The law requiring certain payment networks to provide Forms 1099-K for information reporting on the sale of goods and services does not apply to the Zelle network. You can also use Chase QuickPay, which does not qualify for a third-party payment processor. Using these methods will make sure that a 1099-K form is not triggered. Please let me know what you think about this whole situation in the comments below. That is it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, my name is Paul and I talk all things money, finance, and investing. So if you like this type of content, please smash that like button and subscribe for more future videos just like this. Always remember that your life is a masterpiece, so let's unlock your full financial potential together. And with that, I will catch you in the next video. Take care.